Hey guys! So today I will be decorating my anime room. I guess it's kind of my study. So some of you might know I recently moved houses. So I used to have an amazing, fabulous big room and I did a room tour and I really missed that room, but we had to downsize. So now I'm in a smaller room. I share the room with my boyfriend. He's got his desk in here, but I've managed to squeeze in 2 details, a bookcase and a desk. So today I'm going to be doing a few things to basically put more anime stuff in here and make it feel a little bit more like home. So firstly, I'm going to reorganize the Decor. Secondly, I'm going to put a couple of my pin boards up. And finally, I'm going to reorganize my bookcase and we'll see how it goes. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first off, we've got my details. So these are from IKEA. I basically unboxed all my figures and just put them in. I'm not really liking how it looks. I bought some more risers, so hopefully I can make things look less crowded. And right at the bottom there, I basically shoved all my plushies down there, so we're definitely gonna have to rearrange that to make it look better than it is now. Let's go. I just wanted to shout out how cute this Rilakkuma couch plushie is. It even has a little tail. I think that is so adorable. And some of my favorite plushies have got to be these. These are the Rilakkuma X Yamanote line series and they're so cute. They're in little train driver, train conductor outfits. Another really cute plushie is this pom-pom pudding backpack. It's probably more of a keychain, but it's so cute. You can open it. There's barely any functional use, but to look adorable. So I finished putting the figures in and it is the next day now. I was running out of sunlight to film, but here is the final product. So obviously, like I was saying, I put these LED strips in. So I just bought these from a local hardware store and I just kind of followed a YouTube video for how to zip tie them to the side. And I think the lights make the figures look so good. So at the top here, I've still got my bunny figures. They're too tall to go anywhere else. And I've got my Jean and Jean Alta figures because they're also too tall. They're flagpoles too tall to fit anywhere else. Then I've still got my Miku Shelf. I kind of just moved the Madoka and Homura around because I kind of like putting Madoka in the middle. Over here, I've kept my Asuka shelf basically the same. I've just moved it up more. She got a bit of an upgrade because I think this is one of my favorite shelves in my Detolves. Underneath that, this is the Miku Shelf. I can't believe I fit so many Miku figures in here. Got a couple of racing Mikus, some snow Mikus, and a lot of the Miku Nendoroids in there as well. And then next to that, this is kind of the overflow section, but there's some really cool ones in here. I love the A to ZB in the back and these 2 pink ladies up here in the front as well. Then underneath that, this entire horizontal section are basically all of my Fate scales. Of course, we've got the fantastic racing trio in there as well. And at the bottom, I've finally rearranged all my plushies. So on one side, I've got all of my Rilakkuma and Core Rilakkuma plushies. I love them so much. I think they're so cute, staring up at the camera. Then on the other side, I've got all the other ones, which is my Sumiko Garashi ones, a couple of Pom-Pom Purins, and my Kiro Tories are in here as well. So now that these are done, my next step is to make this bit behind me less boring. So if you watched my last room tour, you know I had like 5 or 6 of these canvas boards all around the room. So I have this pretty ugly white looking sliding door. So my master plan is I'm gonna take 2 of these and I'm gonna put them up here And there is enough of a gap here that they're not gonna get stuck. And then I'm gonna clean up my strap collection and try to hang this up above there. I think that will make this look a little more interesting. So let's see how that goes. So I've made quite a fair few of these kind of inspiration boards, so I thought I'd show you guys my process for how I make them. So obviously the first thing you need is your actual canvas board. Now, I got a lot of questions on my room tour about where I got mine, and unfortunately, I don't think they sell them anymore. So I bought mine from a store called Kmart, which is an Australian store that's kind of like Target, but they don't sell them anymore. So hopefully if you Google something like white canvas pin board or inspiration board, you'll find something similar in your own country. I do tend to think it's helpful if you establish a theme for the board, some kind of color scheme. So for the ones behind me, I think I'm gonna go for a pink that transitions to a light blue. So now I'm gonna go look for a bunch of basically shit to put on the board that matches that color scheme. So the first thing I pick out are generally the big A4 prints. So I like to use clear files. Finally, they have a use, and art prints as well. So I picked out a Gridman clear file, a Redrop clear file from Comiket, a Rem clear file, a Sumiko Garashi one from Tokyo Tower, and a print that I picked up from Nemupan. Then I like to pick out my smaller A5 art prints. I pick up a lot of these from Artist Alley, or I guess this year I've been buying from Artists Online a lot. So I've got a bunch here that are pink and blue. I've got another Nemupan print, a Evolution cocktail print, this beautiful pink print from Cherry Rabbit, and 3 from Kira Bunny. Then I like to pick up a bunch of postcards. So again, these are either postcards I picked up from artists or on holidays. Sometimes I like to buy a lot of postcards. This one's from the Ava store. There's probably too many to list here, so I'll just put all the names on the video. Then I like to pick out a bunch of like memorabilia things. So I've got like a Polaroid, some Purikura, this is a Shikishi board, and like this is a random coaster that I got from a Fate character cafe, but at the time I didn't even know Fate, like I hadn't gotten into it yet, but now I like really appreciate that I have it. Then I like to pick out a bunch of badges, so I love being able to pin them on the board because it justifies why I have so many, because otherwise they're kind of just useless. So most of my badges I actually picked up while I was in Japan, so a lot of them were 1 to 200 yen from Nakano Broadway, and some of my other ones are just from conventions that I've been to. Then I like to pick a bunch of acrylic charms, so I'm too scared to actually hang these off a bag and go outside because they're so nice and lovely that I don't want to lose them, so I think hanging them up on my wall seems like a safer bet. Most of my charms are ones that I buy from independent artists, but there are quite a few that I picked up in Japan, and some that I would buy from Ami as well. Then finally I go and select a bunch of my enamel pins that match my color scheme. I love collecting and buying enamel pins, so I think it's a really nice way to decorate them in your room. Now that we've got everything, let's get to putting it together. So how I actually go about putting it together usually is I just lay the board flat and I basically move things around until I like how it looks. So for this board, I was aiming to have all my pink items at the top, and this would slowly transition to my blue items. I like creating pockets of space between different size prints because these are perfect for placing enamel pins into or badges into. For all my paper items, I absolutely hate the idea of poking a hole through any of these, so I'll usually use a variety of these different clips to hold them up instead. So I'll use a bunch of nice push pins, these ones are from Daiso, to actually hold these up. Another thing I like to do is hold art prints down to stop them from curling up, and I do that with these heart-shaped pins. And these pins are actually such a lifesaver. They're from Daiso, because this is how I put my badges up. So instead of trying to push the badge pin through the canvas, I like to use these heart-shaped push pins and slot them under the badge pin and pin them to the wall instead. And there we have it. This is the finished product. These are my 2 boards, one pink, one blue, ready to attach to my sliding door. I usually just use the command strips to stick these to the sliding door, but definitely check what material you're sticking to make sure you find what works best for your wall or door or whatever. So now that I've finished my 2 canvas boards, they're just behind me there waiting to go up, I need to deal with this. So this is my anime strap collection. It's a bit of a mess, but I got this kind of grid thing. I just got this from Daiso. And I love to collect these Cospa pinch straps, so it kind of looks like you're pinching the anime character upwards. I think they're super cute. I have a bunch of Fate ones, and I actually have a bunch of new ones that I've shown off in my videos, but I've yet to add it to this, so I'm just going to completely redo all the ones on here to make it look a bit better. I'll go do that. Let's do that. Okay, so I've put the boards on here now, so I just use command strips to stick them to this. I think it turned out really nice. Definitely a lot less boring than how it was before. Alright, so the last part of my room I wanted to decorate is this bookcase and my desk that's over there. So I love displaying Nendoroids in front of my manga. So what I'm going to do is I've got a bunch of Nendoroid boxes of Nendoroids that I've yet to unpack. Then after the bookcase, I'm going to put more prints up on the wall space above my desk. It's just a blank wall, it's really boring at the moment, and I've got this idea to do like a rainbow collage. So we'll see how that goes. Let's go! Alright, so I finished rearranging the bookcase. I didn't really move the manga around too much, and I unboxed all those Nendoroids. That was painful. Oh. I just wanted to shout out this little mouse. This is my doorstop, and it is the cutest thing. He is so cute. Honestly, it's sad with all these figures in here, but he's probably one of my favorite things in this entire room. Anyway, I'll let him work. Yeah, the bookcase. So at the very top, like I was saying, I kept that the same. I've got my winged figures up there. Then on this shelf, I've got a couple of blonde ladies on the left, beautiful Jean Alta, and the Pennywise figure, which looks so good up there looking down at us mere mortals. And then on the next one, I've got all of my Junji Ito manga here, and I've kept it really simple. I've just got the 3 Saikano Kimono figures. I think they look amazing. Then I've opted to put 5 Nendoroids on each shelf. So at the top, I've got a lot of my kind of pastel pink girls, and I've added some flowers to the shelves as well. I think it looks a little nicer. On the next shelf down, I've got Nekopara and kind of some purpley girls. And then on my second last shelf, I've got a few of my favorite Fate Nendoroids. And right on the bottom, I've got a lot of my art books, collector's books. I also wanted to shout out, I recently got these Good Smile Company Nendoroid easel stand holders, and these are a lifesaver. Because I don't like to display my Nendoroids with their bases, but that means some of them fall over all the time. Looking at you, Ishtar. But now with these, they stand up a lot better, so I've replaced the stands for a few of my Nendoroids with these. Very helpful. So the last thing I kind of spontaneously decided to do was to put up this collage of prints above my desk, and I wanted it to look like a rainbow, and I think it looks awesome. I love it so much. So I've just blue tacked them on at the moment, but on the back of each print I put like washi tape on the 4 corners to protect the print from the blue tack. Over time, like the blue tack seeps into the print, it's a bit gross. And I've also added a bunch of stickers, which I think really I don't know, bring it together. I just really like it. I think it's probably my favorite improvement to the room. So the final touch to the room is to put up these two pin pendants. So this is one that I made myself from some felt. I think I followed a tutorial online and I put a bunch of woodland creatures on here. And this is just a cheap one from AliExpress, but I'm gonna hang these up on the window just to spruce the place up. Alright, so I'm pretty tired, pretty exhausted from all of that and filming all of that, but I hope you guys enjoyed because that was it. I hope you liked the decorations. I'm very happy with it. It's definitely not as extravagant and cool as my old room, but we will make do, and I'm much happier in this environment now. It's much more weeby and, no, I don't know, whatever, lame. But yeah. That's all I've got for you guys, and so I'll catch you guys in the next one. Also, thank you for 3K, that's amazing. Okay, thanks guys, bye bye, bye, bye.